welcome to today's video. My name is once again Leo from Mindful Leo, and what we're going to talk about in this video is the importance of mindfulness and meditation, especially in today's world. So nowadays in the modern world, we find ourselves in an environment that constantly bombards us with a flow of information and stimulation. Actually, we as a people have become addicted to the non-stop novelty of social media and the never-ending access to the internet. So this video is about the importance of mindfulness in the increasingly fast-paced world and this urgent need that we all have to slow the fuck down. So the first point that we're going to address is cell phones. Young adults in the USA spend between 4 and 8 hours or even more on a daily basis in front of a screen. That obviously depends on factors such as age, gender, and economic background. So bottom line is that we basically spend a lot of time in front of screens and might even forget sometimes that we live in an analogous world. And this is the important thing, that while we do that, we mainly are not even very conscious about the fact that we spend time in front of the screen. We tend to mindlessly scroll through social media and mindlessly click on things in the internet that interest us. So the thing is, and the major problem that we're facing is that we lose somehow the touch to reality, because basically what we do is we scroll through social media, scroll through the internet, click basically mindlessly on things that might interest us while being somewhere else. And then while we do that, while we use the internet, while we are on social media, basically our minds switch off. So we mindlessly scroll through things and not even think about it. We basically become absorbed in the social media world, in the internet, and things that distract us or that have the potential to distract us from reality. The second thing that I want to address is that we tend to forget to take care of our own minds, which is just as important as taking care of our physical bodies. We more than ever nowadays tend to rush through life, and basically from the start on we try to get good grades, then after that try to go to a good university, get a diploma, and then basically get a good job, constantly aiming for this next goal, while in essence forgetting to live in the moment. Because when we just think the weekend's gonna be great, even though it's just Tuesday, or when I get this big promotion, then my life's gonna be good, or when I get this partner that I've been dreaming about my entire life, then I'm gonna be happy. And that's just very difficult, or the happiness is not long lasting if we reach that certain point. But we have to stop and think that we live now, that we have to make the best of our current situation and be happy in this current situation, and not just be, as I said, mindlessly having goals, setting ourselves goals, and think when I get there, then it's going to be good, because that's not how it goes. It's just not the case. We have to deal with this situation and make the best of it. So live in the present and make this a good present, so we can have a nice future as well, whether it's within perfect conditions or whether it's something unpleasant. But we always have to try to make the best of it and not just hope that sometime in the future there is awaiting us some kind of automatic switch that makes us happy, because that's never gonna happen. So basically the mind and the brain in this modern and technology driven world never really gets some decent rest, which is very important, crucial, and vital for the brain to have, because there's an overflow of stimulation, as I mentioned previously, and social media and other platforms on the internet give us constant novelty, constant information that our brains are simply not designed to digest properly. So in essence, what I'm trying to say is that the brains and our minds need some decent rest. They need to have the chance to actually lie down, to relax, to enter this parasympathetic state, which is the rest and digest state. So in essence, what I want to say is that our bodies, just as our brains, need some decent rest in between the constant flow of action, novelty, and stuff like that we have and never-ending access to, because we carry our phones around with us and non-stop 24 hours a day. So it is crucial for our brains to get some rest, and this can be achieved perfectly with practices such as meditation and being more mindful in general, not just while meditating, but also in our day-to-day life. So now the big question then becomes, what can mindfulness on the one hand and meditation, which is actually a form of mindfulness, what can it lead to? What is there that it can achieve? How can it manage, or how can it actually improve our lives in a modern world? Because let's face it, we live in this world right now, so we have, as a species, but also as an individual, adapt to the circumstances. That is a very important point I want to make here, and I'll tell you some amazing benefits that you can have while indulging in meditation, in mindfulness, and just be more conscious about your actions and your life in general. So the first point that I want to mention here, it simply is a great tool to reduce your stress. Stress is just very, very bad for us. It leads to exhaustion, it leads to bad sleep, it leads to bad habits, with which you're trying to push away the stress, but then it just gets more and more. And in the day-to-day life in this world where we have to constantly work and we never find rest, then we're not really set up to live well, basically, because our bodies don't get any rest and are stressed out mentally, physically, whatnot. And then this can manifest in a wide array of different diseases, and that's simply not something that we want, obviously. So by simply taking time to de-stress, to take time to simply observe our thoughts and take time to really observe our minds, we can find our way back to focus on the present moment and lower our stress levels and increase our sense of calm and connection to the present moment, which is something that we have lost over the years touch to. So this is a very, very crucial point that I definitely want you to take away from this video. So the second point, which is also a very big factor here, is that there is actually a first world problem. I know that this term is mainly used to refer to minor problems that don't really cause any of the stress that we have in this very privileged, advantageous world, or whatever country you live in. But actually there is an increasing rate of mood disorders such as depression, anxiety, and other things. So they are really skyrocketing, and this is really something that should raise concern. We as individuals and also as a society need to find an antidote to that, and that can't be just medications. A lot of those illnesses also stem from a life that is stressed, a life that is constantly non-stop working, thinking, doing, not stopping, not resting properly, forgetting how to sleep good, forgetting how to just wind down, slow down, and this is really the big elephant in the room. So we have this very serious first world problem, and we need to find a solution for that. Obviously, mindfulness and meditation is not a one size fits all. It's no cure, but it can definitely help you to start overcoming those things. Also, whether if you don't have any issues like that, you can do this to prevent them. You can just train your body to be at rest once again, which is crucial for our well-being, obviously. And this is also something very important. And I think everybody should bear this in mind and just know that once you start meditation and mindfulness, this will be a very, very beneficial thing to do if you want to counteract or prevent those psychological diseases. So point number 3 that I wanted to make is enhanced focus and concentration. And as we've already found out in this video, we live in a world that is just filled with all sorts of distractions that negatively affect our focus, our concentration. So basically, by training our minds to stay present, to stay focused, we become better able to focus on activities and tasks at hand. And what we achieve by this is that we basically become more productive. We become more efficient at doing stuff because we have trained our mind to just focus on one thing, whether it's our thoughts and breathing, for example, as we do in meditation, but also then if we have to do something for work or want to plan something or want to create something new, we can then also better focus on that. Number 4, it also helps us improve our personal relationships. So basically, by becoming more present, we can create interactions that are more attentive, and we can deepen our connections. We can improve communication and cultivate empathy and compassion, which are all very important if we want to really create relationships that are long-lasting and beneficial for both parties. Ultimately, point 5 is that mindfulness and meditation have the potential to improve our overall well-being. So it can contribute to your overall well-being in fostering a greater sense of inner peace, in fostering greater contentment in yourself, and we will be able to achieve a higher level of fulfillment in our lives because we learn basically to appreciate, to simply be alive, that we don't have to get somewhere to feel fulfilled, that all we need is basically inside of us, and that we just need to rediscover it. We've lost touch to it, and then once this is done, our well-being will automatically, naturally improve. And isn't that something that everybody should strive for? And I think this is also a very, very, very important factor. So, in conclusion, whether you're dealing with stress, struggling with mental health, or simply seeking more balance and clarity in your life, consider incorporating mindfulness and meditation in your daily life. So, the simple advice that I would give, that you start off by simply incorporating like 1 minute of meditation to start with, and then you can work your way up from there. So it doesn't have to be a 1 hour sitting from the start on, but just take very simple steps to try it out, see if it fits your lifestyle, and then work your way up from there. So you can start with 1 minute, and then the next week you're going to do 5, the next week 10, whatever. Just play with it a little. Don't take it too seriously. You're not striving to achieve anything. This is also very important. You just sit, focus on your breathing, focus on something you see, focus on something you hear. And whenever your mind gets distracted, because this sure as hell is going to happen, you just get back to the anchor, which is your breath, which is something you observe, which is something you hear. It can basically be anything. Just always get back to it. Observe what your mind produces and then get back to your breath. Because distraction is totally normal. Your mind is working, and it's constantly working. We just have to try not to get overwhelmed by it, and this can be achieved by meditation, by mindfulness. And just to say that the benefits are really worth it. So just give it a try and see how it works out. So thank you very much for listening. I hope you enjoyed this video. This is actually the first longer video that I've made. I hope you like it. I would be very happy if you would like to see more content, maybe have a live meditation and whatnot. If you're interested in anything in particular, just leave me a comment, and I would be very, very, very appreciative if you would leave me a thumbs up if you like the content, and I'll see you again very soon for more meditation, mindfulness, and overall well-being related content. Thank you very much.